Hello and welcome back to October Fire Gaming. It is Horde Night, as you can see. And we are almost there. Day 28, it's a little after 9 p.m. And it is going to be Horde Night tonight. I am going to go turn on the headlights for my vehicles. I just realized that they appear to reset. Hello. They do appear to reset when you log out, so I'm going to turn them back on and get that all ready. Because we are going to have a heck of a time, I think. I've got 1,300 rounds of shotgun, I have 3,700 rounds of 7.62, and 860 rounds of 45 ACP for my pistol. I've done a War3zuk Day 28 Horde before with a friend, and it was a little bit much. So we are going to see how this works tonight. I don't really have a lot of other preparation to do, as you saw in my last video if you watched it. I already went through and did some preparation, picked up ammo, got my repair stuff, got some medical stuff here. I don't think I need... I'll probably drink a little bit because my water is a bit low. I, got a couple of mods put into my sledge turret, got that set back up. I replaced my rating 4 sledge turret with the rating 5. And, yeah, so I guess we're going to see how this goes. Day 21 Horde was actually kind of disappointingly light, I guess. Although, as I mentioned before, the whole point is surviving, right? So if you survive, it doesn't really matter how difficult or whatever the Horde is, as long as you're surviving, which, I did. So here we go. Now, to start out, I'm gonna let Sledgy do all the work. I mean, that's basically what that sledge turret is there for. It's to do as much work as possible. I could probably get through a lot of this Horde night without needing to fire any bullets, so we will see. I will, however, start off by greeting some of the neighbors. Now, one of the things I've noticed lately, I used to think that Molotovs weren't actually I used to think that Molotovs weren't actually worth using. Like, for whatever reason, they didn't do a whole lot of damage. And I don't know if something has changed or what it is. It certainly does seem like Molotovs are doing a lot more damage than I recall them doing. So I have been using them more. And to great effect. I mean, you can see the zombies here on this Horde base. They will jump, and it's slows them down, basically, is the whole point. It slows the zombies down, so you only get 1 or 2 zombies at a time getting up there, and then the sledge turret can handle what does get up there. Just like that, right off the edge. In later Hordes, when you are better prepared, or you've got a lot more ammo, or whatever, if you don't like spending this time waiting, then you can actually put stairs, and the zombies will just run up the stairs. That changes how Horde nights work. I mean, it really does. Right now, it's kind of a slow, methodical process, and I think works pretty well. because I don't feel like I'm getting. That's kind of one of the keys. I also just realized that I think that my game settings are default, so it's a 8 zombie Horde night. I am probably going to bump that up after this Horde night, just because 8 zombies at a time is kind of well, when they're the vanilla type zombies, it's really easy. I mean, you know, sitting here, it's almost been an hour's worth of Horde night, and I haven't fired a single gunshot. So I think I might increase the number of zombies to at least 16, just to kind of get more action going. But you know, this is Horde night in semi AFK base. I mean, at this point, it's pretty much an AFK base. I could just sit here and go and get myself a cup of coffee, and I wouldn't have to worry too much. But when the special zombies start showing up, that's kind of when things change, because they don't always get knocked off. Sledge Turret does a really good job, but sometimes the special zombies don't get hit, or they get hit, but they only like kind of get hit, and so they aren't knocked off completely. So, this right here, I think this is one of the reasons why some streamers or some gamers don't like the AFK or semi-AFK bases, because you know, you literally can just sit here and that sledge turret's going to do all of the work for you. You don't have to move. You can walk away from your computer and just let the time run. You know, you're in what they like to say, you're in no danger. You know, there's nothing is going to happen to you here. That's not entirely true. I mean, you know, zombies can get past that sledge turret if it's turned all the way over to this side, or there's, you know, more than 1 or 2 zombies get up there at the same time, or it doesn't hit them just right. They'll get over to this gate and they'll start beating on the gate. And if you're off getting yourself lunch or a cup of coffee or whatever, they'll beat through that gate and you'll have a bad day. But you know, I understand why there are people that will say, you know, that's not the kind of content I would want to watch. And I don't blame them. You know, this can seem, if you're looking for action, you're looking for constant action, after about, you know, 3 or 4 minutes of watching it, see, like, that guy almost got to me. But if you're looking for constant action, this isn't that, right? So, like, you're not in fear. You're basically just sitting here watching a sledge turret do all the work for you, and you know, for some people, where's the fun in that? I just heard someone beating on something. Okay. You will notice there have been some questions about whether or not you get experience using turrets like this. And if you take a look in the bottom right of my screen, every so often you will see experience showing up. And so, I mean, I'm getting full experience from the sledge turret when it hits things and kills zombies. Right there, I got full experience for it. And so there are people who will sit there and go, well, that's cheap, you know, that's cheesing, because you're using the zombie pathing against them. You're using a turret to nullify the threat and all of that other stuff. And sure, you know, that's true. But the question, when you start playing the game, what is the point of 7 days? Is the point of 7 days to make it as difficult as possible, and potentially die on day 1, or is the point of 7 days to survive? And for me, it's always been survival, right? I mean, there's no end game for 7 days yet, so the point that, I guess the point for me is just surviving as long as possible, right? Until you get bored or you figure you're done. A lot of times you'll see people who will go to day 70 or whatever, and they'll say, you know, that's their version of winning the game, because that's, you know, once you get to day 70, the game has basically entered a phase where it's literally Horde night, spending all your ammo, and then 6.5 days of repairs and making more ammunition. You know, it's just grinding ammunition at that point. And for me, once you get to that point, yes, the game is it gets boring really quickly, because it's just a constant treadmill, basically. You know, you're constantly just making ammo and doing Horde night. So, you know, day 70, as long as TFB haven't added actual end game, that's pretty much where I see the game ending as well. So. Probably what I will do before I put this up onto YouTube is I will go ahead and fast forward this part, because it's, you know, it really isn't a whole lot of action. We get to watch Sledgehammer do its work, and those of you out there who think that sledge turrets are useless, you can watch this and realize how wrong you are. But when I end up uploading this video to YouTube, I'll probably go ahead and fast forward this part, because there's no point in having, you know, 45 minutes of this when you could fast forward and just, hey, look at that. Dogs do get to the gate. So, you know, if I were AFK right there, that could have been bad. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when I upload this to YouTube, I'll probably fast forward this and then just slow it down for parts like that dog, or, you know, similar stuff like that. Nobody wants to watch this for 30 minutes and go, what are you doing? Because, you know. And part of the problem here is it's eight zombies. Sorry about that. I think my mute did not hit. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm trying to mute myself when I have to clear my throat or cough, and I may have just missed that one. Anyway, yeah. So 8 zombies isn't a lot. They are beating on my truck. Not okay. Don't know why they do that. I did notice in vanilla that the 4x4 especially seems to attract wolves. Like, wolves for some reason don't like the 4x4, but there's someone stuck down there in the POI behind a wall. Wolves don't like the 4x4, so in the vanilla games I'd play, we usually had to build a garage or a gate around the 4x4s, because otherwise we lose a 4x4 every so often to wolves, which is strange, I'll admit. Why wolves have a problem with 4x4s and like no one else does, I couldn't tell you. Kind of wish that I had... Ooh. Now, my shooting is not very good today. That zombie right there? No, that's not the one I was thinking of. That was a different one. And I don't have the... I must not have Penetrator. I may not have points in Penetrator. My bullets aren't going through the walls over there. Let's see. Yep, this is the zombie. If you saw my little 30-second video the other day, this was the zombie that I put up into the building. Like that. And he just saw it go flying. That's one of the War3zuk specific zombies. Ooh. She almost stayed up there. Yeah, I don't have the penetrator perk. My bullets aren't going through the wall over there. Where is that? Oh, I do have 2 up to 500 hit points. Maybe I need to put more points into it. Oh, you know what? I bet it's because the brick over there is more than 500 hit points. Yeah, because these aren't doing anything to that zombie. I think those panels are 1,000 hit points as well. So, okay, so we'll have to wait until that zombie manages to break through. Yeah. So I'm gonna let this run. You know, semi-AFK, but I don't really feel like I'm in any danger up here. They've done just a tiny bit of damage to my hatch here. So I'm gonna let this run and kind of fast forward, and if anything super amazing happens, I'll go ahead and come on back and make sure I have that recorded. Oh, here we go. Zombie Undertaker is another one of the special zombies. Now this guy is actually kind of a big deal. When he hits you, he does a heck of a knockback, and that sledge turret just threw him way off. I appreciate that about the War3zuk special zombies. They get ragdolled quite a distance away. It's always hilarious watching. The Undertaker, as I was saying, is regenning. That's something I haven't noticed before. I'm going to go ahead and get him taken care of. So the Undertaker, if he hits you, he's got a knockback, or a knockdown. Like, for several seconds. He'll knock you down, and it takes you a while to get back up. Oh, good. There is a spot there. They can get through. He'll knock you down, and it takes you a few seconds to get back up, and you can't do anything during that time. I mean, it's really kind of bad. You know, you get knocked down for 3 seconds, and you have to stand back up, and meanwhile, other zombies are smacking you or whatever. You could seriously die. So, getting it taken care of and out of the way is kind of key. I don't like spider zombies. There are some other, actually quite a few special zombies, and I think they're all from Snufkin's server zombies. I say they're all from. I don't know 100% for sure. I think they are. I know that War3zuk has added a whole lot of custom models and custom code and everything, and it really is a very, very polished overhaul. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here. I know in the past I have kind of referred to it as kitchen sink, and I think that's probably not entirely fair. I think it's probably not entirely fair because, you know, you hear kitchen sink, and I don't say it to be derogatory because I really do like this mod. But War3zuk has put a whole lot of time and effort and their own money into buying the special models and getting everything all set up and working, and it all works really well. And there's a lot of quality of life stuff in this mod. I mean, I've shown some of it, and you know, we'll see more. But to dismiss all of that effort and time spent and everything as kitchen sink probably isn't fair, you know? I hear things getting beat on. I don't know where. Are they over in the... Where are they? Are they in my... I can't tell if they're in my base. Oh. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Marlene. What is getting beat on? Is it you? Stop that. No, it's not you. Something just broke. I can hear zombies beating on something. I just heard stone or cobblestone or something just break, and I'm not sure where. And that's a little bit concerning. And I'm now rethinking putting in the bulletproof glass in my home. Because you know, there's really no point in this particular base putting bulletproof glass in. You're not going to run into zombies that can get up there, with the exception of possibly vultures. But I don't think that they would come in from the side. I think usually they attack the top. There's another Undertaker. Bye, Undertaker. But the downside to having the bulletproof glass is it's also got this look on it. You know, it looks kind of dirty, like somebody, when they went to polish it, they didn't actually care about the streaks that they left behind. And so it's all streaky. It's got the little wires through it. You can't see through it very well. And so I think putting it in was definitely a mistake. I mean, yeah, it's got a lot of hit points, but if you can't see through it, then is it really a window? Like, at that point, I could have just put in regular blocks and painted it to look like a window, and it would have been about as effective. I'm really wondering now. I feel like there might be... I don't know how Marlene keeps getting up here. But she does. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if there's someone inside my base beating on a wall. There is. There's someone right there beating on my wall. Ah. And I can't do anything about it from here, because it would require me going down and running around during Horde night, which is almost over, thankfully, but is it? You remember, though, I had mentioned this. For some reason, the zombies spawn inside there, and it's just strange. There's no terrain blocks in that base at all. There are normally terrain blocks up on the roof. There's like the roof is set up as kind of a little garden, and so there are terrain blocks up there. But I took all of them out, dug them all up, and there's no terrain blocks up there anymore, so there shouldn't be any zombies spawning. Oh, that Undertaker made it up and then jumped off, thankfully. He could have just smacked me, and that would have been bad. My truck's taking some damage. Yeah, but there's no train blocks up there, so I don't understand how they're spawning up there, and they can't climb up into it because they'd have to break through some steel blocks first. So unless there was a whole group of them and they pushed one through the steel blocks, but then I feel like if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing as many over here. Of course, having said that, there's only 2 over here, which makes me wonder where all the rest of the zombies are now. Glad that I've only got it on 8. I know it's kind of a light Horde night, but I'm starting to think that there might be zombies up in my... all of these zombies might be up in my base now, and that's actually kind of got me worried. And I don't like getting down on the ground during Horde night, because then you don't really know where they're going to spawn. You have no idea where the zombies are coming from. But I might have to go over there and... I might have to go over there and do something, because this is... There's at least 1 in there, and the number of zombies out here has dropped off. And there's no zombies out here now. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's zombies in my base. I'm gonna need to go over there and do something about that. And I wonder if that's because I put my Horde base right here. Like, if I had my Horde base further away, maybe that wouldn't be a problem. Like, maybe this is only happening because of how close it is. Okay, well, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. It's almost... Horde Night's almost over at this point, so... And I'm hearing things break. Not good, not good, not good. Yep, there. Okay, so they are definitely inside my base. They are definitely causing problems. Where are you? Did you come running down? Okay, well, I need to figure this out because that is, I mean, they took out three whole blocks, 3 whole reinforced concrete blocks. The outside of the base is covered in, like, wood plates, so I'm not super worried about. I mean, that would be what I would have expected things to, or some things to break first, but apparently not. Yeah. So, that is almost the end of Horde Night. Let's go take care of this last... Oh, he's over there. Let's go take care of the last couple of... That guy could really jump. Like, really. And I see what they were getting. I see what they were getting stuck on. They were getting stuck on the extra fence. Okay. So that was day 28, 8 zombie horde night. 8 zombies, I believe, is the default. I don't think I'm going to leave it at 8. I think I'm going to set it up to at least 16. I don't feel like we got enough zombies with that horde night. Not even counting the ones that spawned in my base inexplicably. Yeah, they were right up in that area there, and just decided they were going to break some reinforced concrete blocks. You know, yay me. You know, I noticed, though, when I jumped up here, a cop followed me. And I'm wondering, I made a whole big deal about how cops can't, or the zombies can't jump that high, but that cop certainly seemed like he jumped up here after me. I'm going to have to review this and see what happened. And yeah. Anyway, I am going to leave it here. That horde night, I spent some ammo. I'll have to take a look at how much. I spent some 7.62 with my Dragunov and a little bit of the... Is it 45 ACP? No, 7.62. Yeah, so I spent some of my 7.62 with my Dragunov and my M4. And I don't feel like I got any of it back. Like, this is the whole haul from Horde Night. You know, 6 things. So, well, plus what I got out of the pump check there. So not even those 6 things. So, Horde Night, there's kind of a love-hate relationship with it, you know? It's one of those things like, yeah, it's Horde Night, and you have to fight a lot of zombies, and you use a lot of your ammo, but is it really worth it? You know. Anyway, I think I will go ahead and leave it here. That is the end of day 28. We're now into day 29. And we will see how we go from here. Hopefully this stream, the volume and everything was a little bit better. Last time, the game volume was a little bit too high and my voice was a little bit too low. I think I've got that fixed. We'll see when I go back through this. But I will see you all another time. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.